There's been RTV crazy on the gasket.
Her water broke.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to an exciting episode. Today I got my pregnant girlfriend. She's gonna be helping me put the engine back together. Now, if you saw me, you've been watching this build, you know that engine did not come in here looking like that. It came in out of a Ford Explorer. It was really rusty. I took it apart completely and cleaned it up and did my best. And now we're trying to put all the accessories back on it. Now, I don't have that many aftermarket parts on it yet, but I mean, we'll get that. We'll get there. But for right now, it's stacking up parts, cleaning everything up, getting it organized, and now we're all going to throw it back on there. But I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I don't feel like doing it. So Sam says she wants to assist in the build, so she's going to do it. So she's going to do it. I'm not doing nothing. I'm in a white shirt to prove that I'm not getting dirty today. So I hope you're ready. Alright, first let me show you my toolbox setup. That's maybe not the best organized. Got a bunch of stickers from last Wish video. But everything we're going to be using is going to be 3/8, so it's going to be on these middle rows right here. Should be pretty easy to see the numbers on what you need, and when you finish, put it back.
Why do you have a John Cooper work sticker?
Because it was in the pack. Alright, I bought you some gloves. I don't like wearing gloves, but I bought you gloves so you don't have to get super oily.
Okay.
And get those things on and we'll get started. Alright, strapped up, ready to go. I got the small ones, hopefully they fit.
It was stuck together. Alright, yeah.
Alright, first things first, we're gonna go ahead and do this valve cover gasket. So you can open this up. You can there you go, cut it open with that or something. You see that? See how I use the tool and put it back? That's how you stay organized and you don't lose stuff.
Were you talking to me or yourself?
Everybody. All right, let me say this. When I do valve cover gasket, I'm going from experience. I do not like RTV and all that stuff. I did the valve cover gasket on Ebony's original engine, and every time, I think I changed it 3 times in 1 month because it kept leaking every time I used RTV. So I got mad, pulled the gasket off, pulled the RTV off, and put that same gasket on there, and it never leaked for years. So I don't like using RTV. You guys do.
Supposed to use it, actually.
Well, good, because I don't like using it.
Really mad.
Good.
All right.
I like that answer, because I'm not using it. Well, you're not using it, because I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah.
There you go. Line it up.
Does it matter?
Not really.
Upside down or up?
That's right. Yep.
I don't even need you. See? I have to pay attention, right?
All right. Put all that stuff on there. Nah, put all. You got it. All right. You got the middle on now. Put the outside on, which is around your neck. You see those big parts on the back?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which way goes what.
That is wrong as hell. Big part's supposed to go down. See that? There you go.
What? The first time.
I know.
Is this teaching or is this see how bad she does it on her own?
Well, you said you wanted to learn. You're going to learn today.
What's next?
All right, now put the valve cover gasket on.
That's the valve cover.
Yes.
Valve cover gasket's already on.
Come, you ain't got time to be technical. Just damn it.
Does it snap? I'm gonna break it.
It should. Yeah, it'll snap in the back because it's. Get some.
Is something in the way?
All right, we're struggling a little bit because this is actually for an M50. Now, I ordered the parts from the shop. On file, my car, Ebony, is an M50, so I said, give me a valve cover gasket, not thinking about M52. So that's my mistake, but I guess we'll do valve cover gasket another time. Still gonna do the rest of this engine though. So we're putting this back for return, and get the right one. We are off to an awesome start. Okay, just put the valve cover on there and just act like it's on there, and then we still got other stuff to do.
Just act like it's on there.
Zip, 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 zip,
Yeah.
zip.
Is this good acting?
Uh-huh. It's on there. All right, moving on. So now we're gonna go ahead and do spark plugs. All right, there's already spark plugs in here, which I don't want. I don't even know what they are. All right, you need your spark plug socket. It's got a magnet on the end, so when you finish unzipping it, it will stick to it. I'll give you the gun. I'll give you the power tool.
Oh, I'm just gonna stick it in there.
You could, but I don't know how you're gonna flip it out.
So, does that have to go that way?
Go left, Lucy. There's arrows on the. If you ever get confused.
No, I'm not confused. No, I got it.
All right. Quick, super quick. That's it. What are those?
Auto light.
Oh
nice.
no! Oh no!
Yeah,
give
you
me
would've.
that! Give me that! Give me that!
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like. First of all. So while she's in there taking all the spark plugs out, spark plugs we're gonna put in there. NGK BKR 6E. My favorite spark plugs. Never had a problem out of them. Cars are old, so we like copper stuff. We don't want all that iridium and all that. We don't do that. That's new cars. This ain't no new car. All right, there's the spark plugs. Now you can just open them, just drop them in one at a time. Literally just drop them in. And I'm gonna give you this because I don't want you to use that super fast gun because I don't want you to cross thread it because I'll pretty much need a new engine. Maybe I'll just literally just in there.
Kind of crooked, it's okay.
That's fine. When you put the socket on there, just straighten it up.
What is this guy?
That's probably some.
Carpet.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
nothing.
I was making sure.
Taking gloves off already?
Yeah, no.
All right, hands gonna get dirty and gritty, and they'll never be clean again. All right, now grab your socket, but we're not using that gun. I'm gonna give you this. This is slower because you don't want to go too fast. So when you start, actually to be safe, I would pull that off, put it on there, twist it by hand to make sure it's not cross-threading, and then you can tighten it with auto tools.
What if I fuck this up, you'll still love me, right?
Just twist it by hand, see if it's going in. Feel like it's going in straight.
I'm wondering why you gave me the slow power tool yesterday when we were putting together the furniture and you had it fast one the whole time.
Because you break stuff with the fast one. Trying to help you out. Furniture's wood, you would have broke the wood and then you'd be trying to return it and be all Karen like and
Excuse me.
come on.
I'm not trying to go fast, I want to break nothing.
We put that first and then that one on. No, not.
Yeah, I got it. that was a test.
Yeah, you failed.
That was a test for you.
Is it fighting you? Yeah, now just start twisting. Alright, that's good. I don't remember torque specs of spark plugs, and I'm probably going to have to pull them out again anyways because I have to gap them, but that's depending on what my tune is, so that's way down the line, so keep going. There you go, just like that. And as soon as it fights, you start cranking it. There you go. That's good. Spark plugs are done. So we would do coil packs at this point, but like I said, you got to pull the valve cover off anyways. But they would go in place right here, and I already have all brand new screws, and you would just zip them in one at a time. And the coil thing is over there, but don't need that right now. All right, I've actually made a list of everything we're gonna do today.
Is this a tech sheet?
Kinda.
I'm on a tech sheet.
Valve cover gasket, I'm going to put an asterisk because we couldn't do it. Spark plugs, check. Coil packs, asterisk. Now we're on thermostat and thermostat housing.
Okay.
Now the fun stuff. Now you can use the big gun again. Alright, here's your thermostat housing. I'm going to remove this. I think that's a 10, 10, and a 10, and that one's a 13.
So that it always gets lost.
Yes, everybody uses 10. No, that's half. We use a middle row.
You said 10. Oh.
Middle row.
Okay.
That was a half, so that's 3.
I was going by the
I got you.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you.
We gotta loosen it.
Listen, yes. Normally I use this dish, but I'm kind of using it for that, so I don't know where to put tools right now. I'll hold them for you. I'm getting dirty now. Nope, give them to me. Pulling this off, because we gotta change the actual thermostat, which is behind here. It should come off straight up. There you go, that was easy.
Do we clean it up?
Yeah, we'll clean all that up. I know. Now grab, pliers or something that's up here on the rack. You might be able to grab it by hand, but it looks like there's a bunch of gunk in there, which I don't normally use. There we go. And thermostat is free. Yeah, let's get some sandpaper, sand that down. That's good.
What's that? Can it come on?
But yeah, it looks like it added a gasket.
Probably freaking RTV.
Yeah, I hate
Don't use that.
Yeah, I never used that before. Shout out to my sponsor. I'm like halfway through these cans already. And there's that. Here's the shop rag. Look at that.
Side note, when you guys use RTV in your cars and then you take it to the shop, sometimes they have to charge you more. So you have to take the time to get all of it off. Technicians hate it, so don't do it. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I think I got enough. It'll be covered. Alright, now grab your thermostat, which is in the blue box right there. And let me check the temperature. Should be on
80.
Yes, 80. So I think OEM is 88 degrees. I got 80 because that's cooler. I like to keep cars cool. But I also like to run the fan delete kit because I don't like the mechanical fan. It explodes and all that stuff. I had a bunch of problems with it with Ebony a long time ago. And I ran fan delete kit for probably 7 years and never really had any problems. So you just get an 80 degree thermostat. You get 80 degree radiator auxiliary fan switch. And I think there's something else, so I can't remember. But yeah, I use 80. That's 80. Actually, no. See the little orientation arrow? You see it?
Oh, I just guessed I knew there's arrow. Alright.
Yeah, just pull it out completely and then put it back.
Why? Well, what am I doing with the arrow?
The arrow goes up. No,
it's up.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I was looking at that. I remember that one was straight across. Okay.
There we go.
Want to take this guy?
Yeah, and you take the gasket and basically just put it in there.
It's like a puzzle. We should get like car part puzzles for the baby.
Flip it. There you go.
You sure? Oh yeah, you're right.
Of course I'm right. I wouldn't be here if I was wrong.
Excuse me, Mr. Right. Just because your last name is right doesn't mean you're always right.
I mean, I'm literally always right.
I'm not right.
Should be able to push it on there to kind of stay in place.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Don't help me.
Is that the big one?
Uh-huh.
Alright, now switch to the 10. Boom. Done. Alright, water pump and pulley. This is my, well, take the old water pump off first, which is going to be, I don't remember. They are probably 10s. You got a 10, just see if they fit.
Okay.
Yes.
This one's like gunked up. The fuck? It's all, I didn't do that. It was already like that.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Alright, I'm going to figure that one out.
Trust me. Trust me. working?
I don't think
It's
so.
so fucked up now. What if we just like... I'll listen back.
Oh,
You get it?
it turned.
You need to take care of
I
this.
got it.
You're not supposed to get dirty. Thanks for loosening it for me then. Let me just see your fingers.
Now, it wasn't like that a second ago. Well, we got it. It was a pain, but we got it.
Just make it like a little trophy.
You might have to pry it out since it's kind of painted. I would,
Ow. I'm gonna put myself in later.
Because it's painted, so it's kind of sticky too.
I feel like I'm gonna break your screwdriver.
I got more. It's fine.
Harbor Freight. Shit.
That's not Harbor Freight. That's Harbor Freight.
What is it, Dollar General?
Probably. Unless you want to buy me some damn tools, I don't want to hear it.
I did buy you tools. I bought them for Christmas, remember?
Don't mess up my paint now.
There's a drip there, so.
Let me see. By the way, this is obviously not the correct way to remove a water pump, but for some reason we got to deal with it this way. But this is a good thing, so she knows why I'm in the garage in the middle of the night cussing like hell. It's because shit like this ain't working. So I'm glad she can see it firsthand.
Is this RTV in there? What is that stuff?
Probably.
Oh my God.
Everything has had RTV on this thing.
That's why.
There's been RTV crazy on the gasket.
Her water broke. Oh my God.
I completely forgot about water. Oops.
Babe.
And it's brown because I flushed it. That's why it's brown. It was green, but I flushed it, and I was going to flush it all again when I put it in the engine. But yeah, I didn't even think about that. Let me see the water pump. Well, it was actually a metal one, too.
Really?
So it actually was a good one. But we got a better one. Because I got the Big Baller Stewart water pump. I always wanted one of these, but I could never afford it. I can afford it now, so I got one. All right. You can get the big boy over there. One in the back, black and red box. Damn it, I'm touching stuff.
Yeah, you're not supposed to touch that.
Here's the big old racing style water pump. I can't think of what I was trying to say, but
The metal
that's.
impeller.
I mean, this one's metal impeller too, but this one is like cased in, so it never goes bad. So that eventually can start to wobble. This will never wobble. You will never have to change a water pump again if you use a Stewart water pump. So it kind of pays for itself. There you go.
I wonder if those people thought they would never have to change their water pump either.
Probably.
Is there an arrow on this thing? No.
That is a good question. So I've actually never used one. I don't
They
think.
all look the same. Okay, so does this go in the top or the bottom? No, it doesn't. Okay, try this way. It's like a puzzle.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it only goes one way. So.
All right, so we answered our own question.
So was the hole at the top or bottom? I didn't see.
All right, the hole
It's
is
up
at
the
the top.
Okay.
Is there a hole up there? Oh, yeah, because it comes down there. All right, the hole matches this hole.
Oh, yeah.
Now we know.
You taught me something.
You're welcome.
And I got to push it in there hard because you have that gasket in there. So it's going to take some force.
Wait, where's the gasket at?
It's already, the O-ring is already on the water pump. Alright, I think that's in there. And then I just have to get another. We'll figure it out later.
You want to write that down?
Sure. Alright, Oh, you can cross off that.
We gotta do the pulley.
We do have to do the pulley. Where's the pulley? Pulley's right here. And those are the bolts for the pulley.
Alright. Pulley goes on top of it?
Yep, right in the front.
I thought this was gonna be like, I don't want to jinx it. Now that I'm even harder.
We haven't got to the fun stuff yet.
I'm just saying, I thought it would be harder.
That's most likely a 10, like everything. A lot of stuff is 10. That's why we lose them all the time. That should be good. There you go. Yay!
Wait, are you gonna forget the nut for your water pump? If that's on already?
I'm not taking it off right now. It looks pretty.
Don't forget.
Well, don't forget to remind me. Harmonic balancer. This is super easy. That goes right there in the front.
Right here?
Yep, right there in the middle. Now the harmonic balancer is also the pulley for the AC, but we're not running AC. So Jenny, come get your AC unit because I don't need it. Because I'd rather have boost.
It is not a 10.
Yeah, probably 12.
Oh, I got 13. Should I go?
Let's try it. See what happens. Didn't you have to tell her? She already knows. Star pattern.
They're gonna think you like pre-taught me.
Nope.
I've never even changed oil. Is that bad? Or changed oil. You got me putting your phone in water pump.
All right, harmonic balancer. Next on the list, Fritos.
I don't like Fritos. I don't like Fritos.
It's on the list.
You don't.
You have to eat it. You have to at least one.
Fritos delete.
It's on the
Fritos
list.
I hate your Fritos. They're
Damn
so
it.
gross.
All right, check that off the list.
Okay, good.
I only added Fritos because they just happen to be randomly sitting on the table. All right, now we're getting to the.
Okay, they're not expired.
They've been out here for a while, but
I was checking.
I bought them when I was working on the car, and I just never ate them. All right, now the fun stuff. Oil filter housing. Now we're using this. That's the M52 oil filter housing. This is the not M52. So the M52 is the only E36 that came with a plastic top. The M50 was a metal top. The S50 was a metal top, and the S52 was a metal top. It only came on M52. Why? I don't know. Plastic top sucks because it's harder to remove. You need a bigger socket. And also later I want to do an oil cooler setup, and you can do the oil cooler setup just by swapping the top, but that only works on the metal gasket. So I have to swap that in order to install a oil cooler in the future. Because I just changed the top, and it's the oil cooler. Lines and oil cooler. Makes it real easy. Can't do it with plastic top. So we're getting rid of plastic top today.
Figure out where this goes. Okay, so this is the front of the engine. Oil filter housing is usually ish over here. Right there. It goes right there.
Yep.
Boom, right there.
See it?
Where's your gasket?
Right there on the table. I want to help you out. I'm going to turn this engine a little bit.
Okay.
All right, while she's replacing the gasket, I actually turned the engine sideways for her because actually that's exactly how it sits in the car. It looks sideways, but it really does sit that way. You see the oil pan? And it evens up when you put the intake manifold on there. So it's flat. So I did that so it's easier to put all this stuff on here because now everything we're going to be doing is on the right side of the engine. Only thing on the left side of the engine will be the exhaust manifold and AC, which I'm not using. Now they have little lips right here, so you can actually put it on there without, you know, having to. It'll hold in place. Basically, what I'm saying.
There's only a lip on the top. Okay, we're good.
All right, you're on there. For these, you have 3, 2, 1. 3 small ones, 2 mediums, 1 big one. They all go different places because they all go different lengths back into the engine. The longest one is right here at the top.
Okay. I'm gonna assume little, medium.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
I don't go there.
I'm moving it for 2 seconds.
That's all it takes is 2 seconds.
How did Fritos get out here?
And you see how long they've been out here? Because they were lost.
Doesn't matter what order.
Is that the medium?
Yeah.
No. All right, good to go. Now, I actually got this from a Z3M, and I got this from Andres. Shout out to you. Z3Ms actually have 2 sensors right here. They have one is for oil pressure and one is for oil temp, because on Z3Ms, they show both of that OEM. The regular oil filter housings, they just have one. It just has oil pressure. That's it. So kind of upgraded with that, getting a Z3M, and now I got an extra sensor to play with. I also sprayed it before I put it in there, so it looks like brand new. It's actually pretty old like that, but it don't look like that. All right, now we need the tensioner. So we got to take the tensioner off of this, and we're just gonna remove just those 2 bolts right here. That and that. You had it.
Like that?
Yep.
Just
boom and boom. All right. The other thing we need from here is the banjo bolt. That goes from the Vanos unit. So we're gonna take so we're taking that off. Probably 16.
You think this is 16?
Maybe.
I went for 18.
That's way too big. 18s are huge. 18s are for diff bolts.
That's too small.
Okay, that's 19 then.
Don't ever let a man tell you my.
Well, you got it wrong too, so I don't want to hear it.
I was closer. You were gonna go for 16.
Alright, now that is the bottom that goes. Now on these, it comes out of the side where you don't have the extra sensor. So for that, it actually goes in the front. I gotta take this paper out. I forgot when I was painting it. Pass me little pliers. Oh, I got some right here. Right here.
What happened to putting our tools back?
You use that.
No, I didn't. I never used that.
Hey, this ain't about me. Now, a banjo bolt is a bolt that, you're going to get oily. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
A banjo bolt is a bolt that screws in that also has a hole in it. So that way you can drill stuff in and stuff goes through the hole. Did you know that?
Wait, I wasn't listening.
Oh.
I was getting off the rack.
A banjo bolt is a bolt with a hole in it, so it can feed oil.
Ah, I see. So
Yeah,
no matter what happens.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it'll be tight right here.
I don't want to mess up your paint.
No, it's going to get oil.
Not if we seal it properly, it will not.
Right. Nice. I'm so glad she's understanding mechanic frustration.
I do. I just don't want to hear any bullshit. Maybe we should do like a cooking show for you.
Nope.
I'm gonna teach you how to make pasta or something.
Nope.
Yeah. Mhm. I should be a well-rounded individual.
No, it fits. It's just a little. Just have to twist it. But yeah. And the other bolt is here. I got it.
Yeah, that's a bad angle.
Yeah, you might have to use an actual wrench. What is it, 19?
Yeah.
Here's the ones you bought me. Which will come in handy. The ratcheting wrenches. Now you know why I wanted those.
All right.
All right, now time for, wait, gotta cross it off. And right here is where mistakes were made. So I didn't see it, she didn't see it. But when we actually torqued this one down, we torqued it against here and not on the flat part. And with this banjo bolt, since this is for the M52, it doesn't really rotate the perfect way to actually make it flush against here. So we will have to order a new banjo bolt thing or whatever that will match a Z3. We both made that mistake. I didn't know. She didn't know either. Banjo bolt now. Alternator. I got another one. I'm not gonna, that one's crusty. Hold on. This is just the alternator I had on Ebony before she went down, which was actually really good condition and definitely looks cleaner. I think it was only like 2 years old. And that one's probably, it's heavy.
Where's the bolts? Yeah, I got it. It's like a baby.
You think you know where it goes?
I think it goes here. Something's missing.
No.
Okay.
Goes
Something goes there.
right here. Nope, everything is going to be attached to that.
Yeah, I see.
Oil filter housing is like the home base for everything over here. So it's going to be rotated that way. So there's one screw here and one screw here. You're going to use that one and that one.
Okay.
So now it's not going to go on the bottom very easy. So just line it up at the top. I'm going to go ahead and help you here because I know it's heavy. I'm going to go ahead. All right, you can let go now. Okay, well, let me show you my trick. This is, I think this is a 17 for that. 17. Give me a regular ratchet.
Wrench it? Mm-hmm.
That, yeah, the middle one is 3/8. And you can put that on there, and you're gonna tighten that, and it's gonna push it forward.
Tighten this?
Yes. Watch you feel it slide into place. Boom. That's my trick. I don't know if anybody else does that, but that's what I do. So.
Could you do that if it's in the car?
I mean, yeah, you have to reach around. There's room. It's just hard. But now that should be pretty much almost lined up, and then I mean you have to move it back a tad, and then you can get your big one in there. So now you put your very long one in there. I'll put those away. Put your very long one in there, and then that nut goes on the very back. Yeah, it's kind of tough. Alternator got a little bit of weight to it, so.
How did you do this in the car?
You cuss a lot.
I can't cuss on you.
You already said some words, woman.
What size is that?
A 13.
13. Are you sure? Well, it's a little big.
That's what I'm going with.
Wrong again.
Of course.
15. How much am I bet?
That was just a test.
No, it wasn't. You were.
That was just a
dead
test.
serious.
That was just a test.
Whatever. I don't hear it.
All right, now put the nut on the back. All right, just tighten it.
You're not supposed to touch that.
Now with the front, you see that little gash right there?
Uh-huh. You
see that dot right there?
You have to go inside.
Yeah. So you have to make sure that is tight just like that, and that keeps the pulley tight. So just hold that in place and then tighten it. Job complete. Okay, you can mark that off. Alternator power steering pump.
Are you got power steering?
We got a discrepancy for that one. We're not gonna be able to install that today. I at least show you what the problem was. Now, when swapping to plastic top to metal top, the actual bottom frame of the housing is smaller. You see how thick that one is? So this doesn't exactly fit on there. There's a lot of space, so you have to either use washers or get another power steering pump. I will most likely just use washers, but I didn't get any washers today, It's Sunday and Ace is closed, so we're just gonna pretend we put that on there.
Ooh, yeah, good job, Sam.
Yay! And move on to the next one.
So much good.
And which is actually, and I got the pulley for that too, and the pulley would, go. I'm dropping stuff. I'm nervous.
I'm making nervous now.
Yeah, pulley goes in the front, and I got a brand new pulley for all that. So, but we will work on that later. So I guess the last thing to do now is engine bracket.
All right. This goes.
Oh, there you go, right there. There you go, right there. And that's where you put your motor mounts and all that stuff.
All right, where's your bolts?
Bolts are right there. It's there's 4 mediums and 2 small ones. 2 small ones hold the power steering pump, so get the 4 mediums to go straight through. Don't ask me for size because I always get it wrong. And I guess that's what it is. 13.
Girls always miss size.
Wait a minute. Very inappropriate.
I was talking about nuts.
That's also very inappropriate. All right. You did it. Like I said, we just got I got a different alternator, so don't worry about that. Power steering pump, we'll figure that out later.
Right.
And wait, cross it. You gotta cross it off. You gotta enjoy it.
You're right.
Engine bracket.
So these we'll do later, right?
Yes,
Alright.
power steering pump.
Alright, so let's see. I got spark plugs was 1.5 hours. I'm writing my text sheet. Thermostat and housing, I think that's 4. Harmonic balancer, 3. I don't have real OEM or all data, but I'm trying to remember off memory. 12 and a half, 16 and a half, 18 and a half, 19 and a half. How much do I charge per hour? Yeah, here's your bill.
My love is priceless, though.
So you can buy me a coffee. You could do the dishes. Just do the dishes.
All right, guys, she did it. She put my engine back together. I didn't do a thing. My white shirt is still clean. I got a little bit of dirt on my hands, but that's nothing. Her hands are dirtier than mine. So job complete. Thank you, miss.
Welcome.
Now I'm gonna go drink some beer, and actually I'm probably gonna do some more stuff in the garage. I just ordered some tire racks. I'm actually gonna be reorganizing my garage again because I got some stuff from Amazon about an hour ago. So I need to make some room, get everything organized. It's been getting a little messy in here, but engine is back together, so I can push that off to the side. We're good on that, except for a few things. But I need to make some room because Ebony's coming home. Next Saturday, I'm picking up Ebony from paint. She is officially done, ready to get picked up. I already made my arrangements on how to pick it up, so she'll be back home in the garage, and we can go from there. So thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you, Sam, for doing my work today.
Welcome.
And stay tuned for the next one. Deuces.